got up there, start going up the stairs with the hose line, get up to the top of the steps, man, the ears are burning. You know, attics, everything's kept in, no holes for ventingless cut or anything, so you know, you learn that stuff there, and you get up there, it's like, ooh, you just back down, try and cool things down a little bit, and move up more and cool things down, and then go ahead and start ripping and finding. You use your training. You know, you're not going to sit there at the top of the steps with your ears burning, with your hood on and everything. You know, you figure out a way, okay, back it down, cool it down, come back up, figure out, and you know, nothing's ever perfect, nothing's ever the movies, nothing, you know, there's no such thing as a perfect fire.
The question of why they came to be, the fire companies were established for good logical reasons, that you know, transport was difficult. It was actually a very flammable town. It was a wooden town. But again, I wouldn't underestimate the sort of the social differentiation of the fire company.
To put a firehouse in different locations of town helped to get there quicker, and plus it took that many people to put a fire out back in the day.
We've grown and always have been like a big family. So we'll pick on each other, we'll bust on each other. It's that real like fraternal brotherly love, and we have a female firefighter there as well, and she'll dish it out as much as we dish it out. So it's nice that we all know we're picking on each other, we're having fun. But when time comes to be serious, we are serious and we get the job done.
I joined the friendship in, like I said, '99, through my husband, through his cousin, but it's bred in me. My father was a forest fire warden for Northumberland County.
Yeah, I started when I was 14. My dad was a firefighter with the city of Shamokin. My uncle still is a firefighter with the city of Shamokin. So we have a little bit of a history there, and I just proceeded to follow in.
You grow up around it, you know, they're like your idol. You're very envious of them and you want to be just like them.
Which is relationships, people being with each other. It's got, as you see, every church, every veterans organization, every ethnic organization, all these different relationships. And the fire companies are just another expression of those relationships.
Some of the fire companies, right currently in Shamokin, there are 3 fire companies that do have social clubs attached to them. Back in the day, every fire company pretty much had a social club attached to it. In the fire service, it's like anywhere else. If you're, you know, it's that bond. If you can pick on someone and you can go and have, you know, in a joking manner, of course, you build that bond better, and everyone's, you know, laughing. You're getting involved. You're getting people, treating people with respect there. It's, oh, hey, now I got nicknamed. They're busting me on for this, or you know, something stupid. It's like, oh, okay, and then they just feel more involved, more part of it, and you know, that's the main goal.
Because kids, when they graduate from high school, there's very, very, very few that are interested in getting involved in stuff.
The generation is very different. It's like you got to kick them in the butt to get them to do anything. So I think it is a lot to do with the generation. Plus, we don't necessarily go out as much as we'd like to, and maybe talk to the older kids, you know, explain them what we do, show them what we do. So I think if we would be able to do that, you know, it may help some.
Back in my day, you went out and you did things like this. You know, you came home at night. Well, I don't want to sit at home all night. I'm going to go to the firehouse. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to be involved in this. I'm going to be involved in that. But today, it's too easy to come home and just jump on that computer and get on Facebook.
Small towns have always shipped kids off to the cities. Well, the biggest immediate problem that towns in central Pennsylvania have is that there's no clear opportunities for the youth, and they will move on. You know, the smartest, brightest kids are the ones who go to college, and when they go to college, it's, you know, the opportunities are there somewhere else.
It's a really small town, so everyone knows each other, which I was really good friends with my classmates and my professors and my teammates.
Well, the problems that kids have in small towns is that from their perspective, there's not much to do. Crank up that problem, like to crank it up to 11, right? Where in Shamokin there's very little to do there. But very little affirmative to do there. There's lots of ways to get into trouble, as we see.
I think growing up, especially when people like my friends were younger, a lot of them were involved in sports, but I think as they've grown up and gone through high school, that involvement has definitely significantly dropped, other than the kids who stay in varsity sports, but that's not a lot of them. And then the others, just most that I know, don't really participate in community activities.
I was a student leader of a mini-thon that we held at our school, which we raised, like, I can't remember the amount, it was like $20,000 or $1,500. And I was a student leader, and we just reached out to the community a lot. We had a lot of fundraisers where we would go out and can for money or collect, and then we had the big dance marathon the final day where all the kids came and participated, and it was really cool because actually like all of the community was involved in it. And they're still continuing it now each year, and they're raising more and more money. There's definitely a lot of people who believe in the tradition.
I never thought about why it's so difficult to get youth to engage in volunteer activities in the community, but I think maybe one of the main reasons is they just don't know what opportunities are available. So I think if it were better advertised, or if their parents were more informed, because I know a lot of the parents don't even know about it. So I think, I don't know, maybe if there were some type of community service fair or something like we do at Bucknell, just to advertise what Shamokin does have to offer and its possibilities, especially with the firefighting companies, I think that might make a big difference as well. Because I know a lot of my friends that have joined the firefighting companies have started when they were younger. So I think, like I said, if parents knew about it, they could kind of talk to their kids and say, hey, maybe try this out. So I do have some friends I know who were like junior firefighters, but I think maybe the reason that they don't join is because it's a volunteer position, and I know a lot of my friends growing up wanted to have paid jobs, so I think that might be part of the issue with it.
We do a little bit of recruiting. What we'll do is, last year we had a table out to school for their health fair. We'll send some people out there, try and get some younger kids, juniors involved. To be a junior, you need to be 14 years of age and then get work permits and things of that nature. As an adult-wise, we normally know people, like I know have friends that either run with certain companies and are moving in the area, or some guys that are always interested, and you kind of say, hey, you know, we're having training this night, come down, take a look, see what it's all about. Or when we do our fund drive, we always, you know, we'll put stuff in there about, hey, if you wanted to ever join, come down, you know, get a hold of someone and as well. So there are some little recruiting things we do. Try and get your friends involved, because like as I said, if you can get 10 people in, you may keep 2 or 3.
I think the lack of support for the firefighting companies may just stem from a lack of understanding. Like, they don't really understand all that goes into it and how much time these guys devote to everything they do and just the dedication that it takes. Growing up, I lived 2 blocks away from one of the firefighting companies, and you know, every few days I would see a truck go by. So I feel like it didn't necessarily play a huge role in my life, but I was very aware of its presence just because of how close I lived to it. So I did realize the importance.
If you have questions, ask somebody. Hopefully they can tell you the right answer. If you want to see what we do, as in firefighting, you know, whatever, come spend the day with us. We'll gladly be able to show you around, you know, show you what we do, take you out on some training.
I know I said a lot in the interview that I've always wanted to move away from Shamokin and I couldn't wait to get out, but I think one thing that I'm thankful for is a lot of people I've met there, including my parents. Like, everyone has a really, they're very hard workers. So I think no matter where I go in life, I'm definitely going to carry that mentality with me.